Willison. I'm stopping in today with a video for Spellbinders and Fun Stampers Journey's 2019 holiday launch party. Spellbinders has lots of new products to see, but today I'm going to show you how to use 2 of the new Glimmer plates. I have 3 cards total with instructions along the way. After watching this video, I hope that you'll be inspired to go out and create some Christmas cards. Let's get started. These are the 3 cards that we're going to make today. We're going to be using the Merry Christmas Tree Glimmer plate as well as the Reindeer Games plate. Let's get started with the first card. What you'll need for the first card is a card base, a couple of different pieces of fun foam or some sort of dimensional for your card, and then a piece of pattern paper. You can use any pattern paper that you want. First card, we'll use the Reindeer Games plate. Today I'm going to be using the Glimmer Foil Variety Pack. There are 4 different colors in this pack. We have green, red, gold, and sort of an iridescent. Each of the foils have a different pattern. If you can see that, just a little extra sparkle than the regular foil. I'm going to use this red foil for my first project. This is the Glimmer hot foil system. It comes with the base and the platform that is removable. This platform heats up the Glimmer plates. There's an on and off switch back here. You have your power light, the green light which shows that your platform is ready, and then there's a timer that you can set to let you know when your Glimmer plates are ready. This has already been sitting here, so I'm not going to set the timer right now, but this does show that my platform is ready. From the variety pack, I've chosen the red foil to make this first card. I add a piece of cardstock in between my spacer and my shim just to add a little bit more thickness. We'll go ahead and put a piece of foil down. I'm going to add the cardstock on top, and we'll run this through one more time. We'll snap that platform right back in, take off the cardstock, and we'll peel that back. And that gave a really nice impression. Now we can use this to finish off our first card. The hot foil will come out of your die cut machine looking like this, and then you can just take the foil and slowly peel back. And you can see that all that's left is the impression from the Glimmer plate. Now you might notice the foil left behind. You can fix that in one of 2 ways. The first thing you can do is cut your foil into a smaller piece just to cover the Glimmer plate. The other thing you can do is take a sand eraser and just lightly go over that foil, and those corners should come right off. I'm going to cut this down for the card front, so today really those corners don't matter. Let me run and cut this and I'll be right back. So now let's go ahead and assemble the card. What I'm going to do is score my card at 5.5. I'm going to take my pattern paper and add some ATG to the back because this will be where the first layer of fun foam goes. The fun foam I have cut down so it fits just inside the card front, and now I'm going to add another layer of ATG, and I'll center this right here on the card front. If you ever adhere your card front down crooked to your card base, just use a really flat knife, and you can usually just saw right underneath that and pick up that ATG, and you can move that card base around. I've cut this piece of fun foam down so I can add it to the back of the foiled image, and I'm going to add the last layer of ATG so the foiled image can go right on top. I'm keeping this pretty clean and simple today, but I'm going to add one more touch just for a little extra glimmer. This is the Fun Stampers Journey White Liner double-sided adhesive. I'm going to rip a piece off and add this to the top of the card. I'm going to take these scissors and just trim off the excess. And then I'll peel away the backing from this tape. That leaves adhesive showing so I can add some glitter. I just have some white glitter here, and I put a coffee filter down to catch any of the excess, but I'm going to sprinkle that on top, and then I'll push down just so that glitter gets nice and stuck to that adhesive. Then you could pour your excess back into your glitter jar. If you have a piece of press and seal hanging around, which most of us do, I think, you can just clean up the excess glitter off of your countertop by using the sticky side down. So there you have a Christmas card ready to go with just a couple of details but a lot of shimmer. Grab a stiff bristled paintbrush to sweep off any extra glitter that might be hanging around. Now that I've cleaned my workspace, I'm going to add more glitter to it. But there you have the first card. Let's head over and start with the second card. The second card uses the same plate, Reindeer Games. This time I've just used it for more of a background element. Let me show you how I created this card. First thing, we're going to take the base, we're going to score it at 5.5, which is the fold line, and then I'm going to go ahead and continue to score every 1/2 inch. If you follow my blog, you know that this type of background detail is my favorite. Even though I make clean and simple cards, you can always have embossing. Embossing on a background still makes the card clean and simple. So we'll fold at the fold line, and I'm just going to run my bone folder over the top of that. Get a nice crisp fold. So now we have our card base done. We're going to move on to the foiled element. I've already run this through the hot foil system. I used the green roll this time. You can see that really fun, shimmery, kind of a geometric look. I've cut this down just close to the foiled image, and now I'm going to cut this in half and in half again. I'm going to leave this piece right here and add the second piece and line those up. That way I know that I'm getting them even. Now I have a blocked element to add to the front of my card. I'm going to add foam tape squares to the back of these cards, and now we'll center them on the card front. I'm using the Floral 4 die set, which is a past small die of the month. It's still available in the store. I felt like this bloom would make a good poinsettia. Going to use some adhesive glue dots to put between the flowers, and I'll glue these two together so they're offset. Next, I'm going to add another glue dot to the back and add one bloom, and then I'm going to pick up the other one. I'm going to tuck this little sprig right down inside and make sure that it catches on the glue dot as well. So once I have that adhered together, I'm going to use the Fashion Gold Pearls from Fun Stamper's Journey to add a gold element to the center of the poinsettia. Just going to use my little X-Acto knife to add a few of these random sizes in the center. I'm going to add another glue dot to the back of my bloom, and then we're just going to put that right down on the card front. Last but not least, I'm going to go in with some red glitter stickles and add these to the little sprig. That way we've got some red berries on the card. So that is the completed second card using the Reindeer Games Glimmer plate. Our third card is the Merry Christmas Tree. This one is super easy. We're just going to mask off a section of the middle, add in some ink, put the gold foiled tree on the top, and then finish it off with a sentiment. So let me show you how I made this card. Again, we've got a card base, a card front. I have a finished heat embossed sentiment, and then a piece of foam. First, we'll score our card base. Next, I'm going to do some ink blending. This is an old Cropper Hopper divider, if you remember those from back in the 12 by 12 scrapbook days. I have a bunch of these, and I use these for my workspace. That way I can do my blending, and then I can move them out of the way so my area stays clear. So next we'll make our masked off area on the card front. I did cut this down to 5 inches by 3 3/4, and I'm just going to use some washi tape. This gives you about a 1/2 inch masked area around the card. And now I'm going to go in with some green ink and just get this blended to where we have a green background. You can always go as dark or as light as you want with your inks, but I just kept mine a little bit light for today. Just peeling back this washi tape slowly, just so we don't rip the front of the card. Next, I'm going to go add the Merry Christmas Tree foil. I'm going to use gold foil this time for the front of the card. So now I'm going to remove the foil from the card front, and that's going to reveal an amazing tree. That looks so good. If you ever have any extra foil stick down in between a detailed spot, you can always take an X-Acto knife and just rub really carefully, and that foil will come right off. I like to keep a sand eraser down. This has a kind of a sharper tip, and that's easy to get into the small places too. So next I'm going to add the ATG to the back of the foiled image and layer that with a piece of fun foam, and then I'll add another layer of ATG, and we'll center that onto our card front. Fun Stamper's Journey has their own foam tape, and it's a really nice thick foam tape for a good dimensional. I'm going to cut a piece of that, and then we'll add it to the back of this sentiment. And we'll take the Merry Christmas and just add that to the side of the card and press that down. And that's it. That's the Merry Christmas Tree foil, just using gold foil, and it is so pretty. So there we have all 3 Christmas cards using foil glimmer plates. and the Spellbinders hot foil glimmer system. I'm so glad that you stopped in today, and I hope that you are inspired by these cards. I definitely can't wait to see what you create with this new line of holiday products. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope that you have a great day.